What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today, I'm here to bring all of you the weekly Chibit questions. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you, every single one of you. And you're probably wondering why I'm, even thanking you in the first place. And the reason why I am is because many of you last week were truly understanding. I honestly expected to get a lot of shit last week from my video I made, and not about the hentai stuff. I was just talking about the final question I answered. I truly appreciate everyone that was very understanding about that and understand, how my morals are. I do appreciate that. So, all of you Chibits that were very understanding and you watched the video to the end and all that and you saw what I said, I do really appreciate that. So, thank you very much. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I really, really mean that. Thank you. So, with that being said, I just want to say, guys, having these videos back are fucking fun. It's so fun starting these videos again, seeing what you guys are asking, and, just being able to be different, not constantly having to do the normal review videos. It's a little bit different, and it's not like a vlog. It's more of just, having fun with your Chibits, getting to answer questions many of you ask. And I just want to do a couple of clarifications before I start, answering these questions that I have already lined up. I just want to say right now that, remember, when it comes to Chibit questions, ask anything you want. It doesn't need to be anime and manga related. It could be anything you want. Just leave it in the comments below or give it to me on Twitter when I ask for, questions. So overall, just letting you know that. So let us begin with the first question. Which Saber is best Saber? From the Fate series, FYI. Alter Saber. Alter Saber from Heaven's Feel. I'm not gonna, spoil or go into deep details because there's many of you that are probably waiting for the movie to come out or play the visual novel yourself, so I'm not gonna really spoil that, but my favorite Saber is Alter Saber. What's your current status on life? I'm assuming you're my life. My current status, I guess, boring, but I guess enjoyable. What's your favorite Final Fantasy character other than Sephiroth? I'm not gonna cop out and say Cloud, because that would be a cop out. I want to say Sin from Final Fantasy X. Sin from Final Fantasy X. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. Can we ask on here or YouTube? FYI, this is a Twitter question. Yeah, you can ask questions on Twitter or you can ask them on YouTube, so do whatever you feel. I go through the YouTube comments as well, but most of the time, many are asking the exact same thing I've already answered, so I tend to not really get much from YouTube. So yeah, if you don't see any YouTube, comments, it's because usually there's something I've already answered once before. Thoughts on Fire Punch's recent chapters? Okay, this is something I'm glad you mentioned. This is something I need to talk about, and I guess I'm just going to be point blank with you, how I feel about Fire Punch, because as I've said last week, I don't fucking care. I'm just going to be honest with myself and just be truthful to all of you as well. Fire Punch, it started off good. I like the concept of Fire Punch, and I have read chapters after the chapter I did a first impressions on. However, I wasn't the biggest fan of that one chapter when you had the two girls. I don't remember the exact details because it's been a while, so if I kind of mixing up a few things, please forgive me on that. But there was a chapter with this dude, in this, basement or something, this prison cell or whatever, and he had these two women, and one of the women were, a character or whatever, one of the main characters, and he was going to force these two women to have sex with the dogs. I think that's what happened. I could be wrong with that, but I think that's what was going to happen, and that was relatively disturbing to me. I'm like, that is just crossing the line too far. Look, okay? I mean, I like some tragedy, I like some fucked up shit, I like Tokyo Ghoul, I like fucking Berserk, okay? That shit makes me fucking happy, just seeing some tragedy and shit here and there, but I'm sorry, that's a little bit too far for me. I mean, there's a difference between kind of being edgy and being so fucking edgy that you just cut your fucking hands off. And that's exactly what happened. I can't, really get into that. I really can't. I mean, it might have gotten a hell of a lot better since then, but it just wasn't personally for me when I saw that scene. I'm like, it's just, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of fucked up things my days. It's just not something I truly want to continue reading when it comes to something like that, because just how fucked it is for the sake of being just fucked up. Chibi, why aren't you reviewing Kobayashi Chino Maid Dragon? Well, because I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm lazy. I just haven't felt like going around to, watching it. I'm serious. There you go. I'm not gonna give you an excuse or anything. Fucking lazy. There you go. Have you ever tried to learn Japanese? I have tried to learn Japanese, like, hiragana. I've tried to learn how to write and stuff, but overall I kind of fell out of it because I got busy with personal life and stuff when I was, getting out of high school. But I have tried to learn it in the past, and it is something I actively do want to learn. I mean, it would also better me to have a better understanding of, just anime in general and manga, but also being able to read light novels and stuff, because, there's a lot of light novels out there and a lot of manga and stuff that don't get actual official translations, and don't even have, stuff to read online either, even if they don't have an official translation. So there has been many times, many nights where I thought, like, I wish I could fucking read, Japanese. I can, go in and grab these, light novels off of Amazon and stuff, order them, and then be able to read them. There's many nights I thought about this, and have I ever tried to learn it? Yes. And do I still want to learn it? Oh, hell yes. But right now, I just haven't had the time, and honestly, it's a very hard language, because I've never really learned any other language, because I don't really have much skills in that regard. Which popular anime do you consider overrated? Mahoka. I think that's the name. Mahoka? It's the, it's with the fucking... It's with the brother and then the fucking sister, like, Ani-chan, 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 fucking kill that bitch. Oh my god. I fucking hate Mahoka. I fucking hate that series. I fucking hate that series. That series is just... I'm done. I'm getting triggered right now. Just that fucking series. That series, I don't know how so many love that series, even though it was absolute fucking trash. Hated that series. What's your biggest fear? Is there a story to it? Biggest fear... Well, I have many fears, actually. I'm kind of fearful of spiders. I mean, I don't like how spiders look. I mean, I'm fine if they're around me. I just don't like being so close to spiders where I can touch them or whatever. I don't like spiders. I guess one of my big fears, like something I actively am scared of, is probably heights. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm fine with jumping off of, like, like a 10-foot drop into a pool of water. I'm fine with that. I've done that before in Florida. However, when it comes to heights, I'm talking about stuff like, you're up about 50 to 100 feet in the air, and then you straight up, you look down, and that just makes me queasy. But also, it's the sense of falling. I think that's the biggest fear. It's actually not even heights. It's just the sense of falling. It's just the sensation of when you fall, how that feels. And it's not even when you hit the ground, because let's say you hit the ground or whatever, you're probably not going to feel fucking much, and just be point blank here. But I mean, biggest fear is just the sensation of falling. And I mean, is there a story behind it? There is an actual story I could tell you about. So, there was this one time when I was 10 years old. It was when my family was saving up money for a little while, for a good long while, because, we wanted to go to Disneyland, actually, in Florida when I was 10. And it was around my birthday and stuff, and we went for the entire family and all that. We stayed about 2 nights. And there was this one ride. I forget the exact name. It was a tower with an elevator. Tower of Terror or something like that. I forget. It's like, one of those rides to where you go straight up and then back down again. And you keep going straight up and down. It's like you have that sensation of falling. Well, there's 2 stories I have, actually. One is from the Tower of Terror. And there's another one with a roller coaster when, that big ring, that loop-de-loop ring that you can go around in a circle at an amusement park or something. I had an experience with that as well, and I'll talk about that in a second. But there was a time when I was in the Tower of Terror or whatever, and that's what I'm going to call it, at Disney World, and this tower, when I got buckled in, I was small. I'm a small person. I'm very small. As I said last week, I'm only 5'3", and honestly, I'm just very short and skinny. So, a lot of things when it comes to rides like that, I probably can, just slip right through a seatbelt or something. And that's kind of what happened. When I was getting in the Tower of Terror, and I was going up and all that, and they were just doing the entire TV thing, just prepping you up for it, and we got launched straight up, I was actually starting to slip through my seatbelt. It wasn't fastened properly down, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm starting to, like, just slip out of it. It's a very scary experience when you feel like you're going to start falling, like, going straight up and then back down when you're not even tied to it, because I felt myself slipping through it. And I don't know if it's because of the operators didn't fasten in right or whatever, but I was slipping through it, and that was one of the scariest moments I've ever had. And another scary one was with the loop-de-loop or whatever, loop-de-loop. I can't say it right. Please forgive me on that. But the loop-de-loop, the ride that's just like a straight-up loop. That's all it is. It's just a loop. You get like on a roller coaster. You go up and around. And that's it. And I had an experience with that when I was with my mom when I think, I don't remember what age I was. It was a long time ago, at least over a decade ago. But it was a long time ago when I was on that ride, and when we were doing loop-de-loop, once again, very similar experience. I was slipping out of the seatbelt, and I almost, when the actual ride stopped at the top of the loop-de-loop, like it stopped, I almost fell out. Yeah, I'm not even joking. Oh, and ever since then, I haven't rode anything like that. I have not rode. I haven't been to an amusement park, actually, since that time. I haven't. Since I moved from Florida and all that, and also did, Disney World stuff, I haven't actually ever, rode an amusement ride or amusement park ride ever again, because that scared the absolute shit out of me. So, yeah, there you go. There's a story. That's my biggest fear. There you go. Yes or no? What's your favorite Dark Souls boss and why? I don't want to do nothing generic like Artorias from Dark Souls 1. I would say my personal favorite, just because of the atmosphere it brings to the table, but also just the music. I'm a big fan of the Soul of Cinder. I love the Soul of Cinder boss fight because the meaning behind it, of what it means for the player. If you played through all of the Souls games like 1, 2, and 3, and when you got to that point, you can recognize the music, you can recognize the moveset of the boss. It's a very emotional boss for the player. It's because you're facing yourself. And I love the final boss of Dark Souls 3. It was a very good boss, and my second favorite, just to throw it out there, give you a little bit more details, would be Artondale. Father Artondale and all that. I love that boss, just because of the music, but how the style of it was done. But to get in terms of just my personal favorite, yes, Soul of Cinder would be my favorite, just because of how Gwyn was at the end, like the music and all that, the first person to light the flame, but also how you're fighting every single, Lord of Cinder, all over the players over the years and over the many centuries that have lit the flame once again. You just see them popping out using magic, using lances, using pole arms, using, swords and stuff to combat curved swords. It was just so cool seeing a boss like that. And so my favorite boss in Dark Souls would definitely be Soul of Cinder. Have you heard of the manga To You, the Immortal? It is by the mangaka of Koe no Katachi. It's great. Check it out. Okay, so this series, yes, I have actually heard about this series more times than you can even imagine. I have a friend on Twitter that literally spam fucks me. Like, I'm not even saying that as a joke. He literally spam fucks me to read To You, the Immortal. I'm not even joking. And you know who you are. You know who you are. You know exactly who you are if you're watching this video. You spam fuck the hell out of me to read this series. I don't know why. I know it has to be good. I just haven't felt like reading it because, yeah, lazy as fuck. I've been actually rereading Tokyo Ghoul because I have a couple Tokyo Ghoul videos planned this week. But yes, I've heard about To You, the Immortal. I've heard it's good. I just haven't gotten around to actually reading it. Now that I'm talking about it, let me just ask you, a bunch of you Chibits that probably have already read it by now, how is it? What's it really completely about? What makes it really good, and what makes it worth my time actually reading compared to everything else I've actually talked about in the past? Please let me know, honestly, in the comments below about that series. What's your preferred / favorite genre, and the basis for liking it? I guess tragedy / psychological, kind of the same thing almost. The reason why is because honestly, just seeing, characters in despair, miserable, and seeing them when they're at their worst and then finally overcoming it, it brings me great joy. It really does. I love seeing characters just struggling so hard, and when they finally overcome all of these odds, all of this tragedy, all of this shit that fucks with their mind, they are a better person at the end of the day, or it completely breaks them and they die. So either way, it's still pretty fucking epic. So, yeah, my preferred genre is tragedy / psychological because of that. Are you going to read the manga for JoJo or wait for part 5 anime? Please read the manga and have a nice day, Chibi. You have a great day as well. And all of you Chibits that are watching this video, have a great day. Am I going to read the manga for JoJo? Yes, I'm going to read the manga. However, as I said at the end of my part 4 video, I'm going to wait some, good amount of time and to see if there is any announcement of, a part 5 anime for JoJo. I'll wait probably around summer and whatever. I'll probably wait till summer, and if there's still no announcement for a JoJo continuation for part 5, I'll probably start reading it then. So, there you go. Right now, though, I am not going to read it because, as I've said at the end of part 4, I kind of answered this a little bit, but in case you didn't watch it or many of you don't know, I am waiting to see if a continuation is announced. Doesn't, I'll read it around in summer, somewhere around that time. Have you ever thought about online dating? Well, This is personal as fuck, but I guess... It's crossed my mind a few times, I admit. I will completely admit that. I mean, fuck it. I've already said something that was very personal last week. I think it's something that many this day and age actually do online dating or think about it, because, I mean, it's normal this day and age, honestly. It really is. It's normal to find someone through online dating. So, yeah. Have I ever thought about it? Definitely. What do you do if your nose is running, you're in public, and you have no tissues? Oh, shit. Like that. Just out there, just right in front of everyone, in front of the children, everybody, while I'm in the aisle, in the middle of public, just with that food and all that. What are your favorite movies that is non-anime related? Chibi questions. My favorite movies that is not anime related. The Lord of the Rings series is one of my personal favorites. Love the extended cuts. I haven't completely seen all of The Hobbit yet. I still need to see the final movie of The Hobbit. The Harry Potter series, even though there was a lot of problems with the Harry Potter movie series because I read the books, I still like the movie series. I did enjoy it. Another series I really enjoy, I like Alien. I love Alien. I fucking love Alien. I love Predator. I love Alien vs. Predator, even though there's a lot of problems with it. I still love Alien vs. Predator. I love Jason. I love Freddy Krueger. And I really love Friday the 13th. And on top of that, I do love... what's that called? What's it called? Oh, all the Stephen King movies. Yeah, I think it's Room 208. I forget the exact name. I love Stephen King movies. I love Stephen King movies. That's a lot of horror movies now I think about. Holy shit, I'm pretty fucked up. Anyways, yes, I love a lot of horror movies, and that's some of my personal favorite movies. So there you go. Oh, well, actually, before I end that, I like The Dark Knight too. I think my favorite movie of all time is The Dark Knight. Yeah, that is my favorite movie of all time, just because of Heath Ledger and the Joker acting. Definitely The Dark Knight is my favorite movie of all time. Got any in real life friends? You're just going for the balls, aren't you? You're just trying to hit me right there, huh? Jesus, chill. Fucking chill. What's your top 10 cartoons of all time? Top 10 of all time. Any order. I'm just gonna say any order, but these are my personal favorites that come to mind. Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Lab, Cow and Chicken, Cat Dog, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Codename Kids Next Door, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Teen Titans, Wacky Racers, and He-Man. Those are probably my top 10. Now, any order, obviously, but those are some of the, shows I really enjoyed growing up with when I was a kid. What if I told you the manga for Trinity 7 is actually quite good? What if I told you I really don't like Trinity 7? And so with that, I think it's a perfect time to end this video. You all, thank you so much for all the questions. I love you guys, and I truly appreciate everybody, just accepting me for what I am and, enjoying these videos. So, leave me more questions in the comments below. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.